We are back with a fresh, all-new episode of NBA 2K25.
This week, we're starting off with your top assists. For those helping make those plays out there, this top play segment is for you.
And the rest of you get to decide who did it best. Get ready to vote.
And welcome to 2K Sports for another edition of NBA basketball. We'll watch the Boston Celtics in this one as they go up against the Brooklyn Nets here in Barclays Center. Hello, basketball fans. Brian Anderson here, courtside with Doris Burke and Grant Hill. Our reporter is Allie LaForce. Looking at the starting five for Boston. The perimeter pairing, it's White and Brown. Tatum is the 4 with Porzingis at center. And it's Holiday in at the 1. And for the Nets, Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. D'Angelo Russell is out there with Cameron Thomas. And it's Williams in at the small forward position. Well, Grant, when you take a look at this matchup, both these teams feature an impressive backcourt.
No question, B.A. And I get the sense that bragging rights are on the line here. Everything you can do, I can do better. Expect some exciting back-and-forth action in this one.
Russell against Holiday. Pass to Johnson. Outside Russell. And that one drops for him.
You have the sense that D'Angelo Russell likes to play through contact. This is a tough-minded player.
Tatum against Johnson. Tatum inside. Claxton with a rebound. Brooklyn with the ball. Outside Russell. To the middle. And Claxton throws it down.
That's a perfect pass by Russell. He really understands where to get his man the ball.
And so it's Brown with it. He brings it up for the Boston Celtics. 4-point game. Here's Tatum, rejected by Claxton. Williams against Brown. Baseline jumper. Johnson. Boston with a rebound. They're coming off that win against the Heat.
And you know they had a great plan going into that one. And then made the right adjustments along the way.
I thought their game plan was really spot on, and we saw that in their scoring more than anything else.
And, of course, Boston winning 8 consecutive titles from 1959 to 1966. Doris, you think we'll ever see a streak like that again?
BA, I think that's almost impossible in this day and age. With free agency, with more salary cap restrictions, it's just hard to win 2 in a row these days, let alone 8. My goodness.
Here's Williams, following the bucket by Boston. That shot is off.
Boy, 9 times out of 10, that's going in. I'm sure he surprised himself with the miss.
And we've got a whistle. He was fouling with a purpose. And in that spot, in that situation, it's got to be a transition take foul. That's good from Holiday. And you look at Jaylen Brown, Grant, not many wings have the strength he has.
Yeah, Jaylen Brown could dunk over a brick wall, and he could dunk through a brick wall, too. It's just so hard to move him off his path when he's on his way to the rim.
Gives us a chance to catch up with Allie LaForce.
Well, I had a chance to talk with head coach Jordi Fernandez. Their team's biggest concern tonight, the scoring of Jaylen Brown. Coach commenting, quote, Brown has become an elite scorer in this league. Jaylen's going to have huge nights. We know he's going to score, but we have to limit his easy looks, especially early. Something to watch, BA.
Okay, thank you, Allie. So it's Boston now, after the basket by Brooklyn. First quarter of ball, almost 2.5 minutes in. The shot by Holiday, no good.
Boy, a miss like that will drive any scorer crazy, especially with the defender giving a cushion.
And Claxton throws it down.
Well, Claxton could have an apartment up near the rim. These dunk attempts are routine.
Here's Holiday, and some very quick points for him on that possession.
And hitting from the mid-range here and early. I mean, really gives the defense just another thing to worry about.
They're basically saying you're going to have to guard us at every point on the floor tonight if you're going to have any chance.
Williams misses. Boston trailing. 3-on-3. Here's White. And it's good. Fought through contact. Hit the shot and will go to the line. Doors, it's hard to pick one, but Derek White is in the running for best defensive guard.
It's so true, and what Derek White does perhaps better than any other guard is block shots. When we talk about top on-ball defenders, he's also on that list. You want to talk about somebody who can get in the passing lane and be disruptive. He's on that list. Truly can do it all. I think the thing that's most striking about Derek White, guys, he's capable of affecting games in so many ways. Yes, he can score it. Excellent passer and a very versatile cross-positional defender. A guy who can contribute to a good team.
Well, the Nets are still feeling the ramifications of trading for James Harden, Doors.
Well, B.A., consider in that trade they gave away Jared Allen, Harris LeVert, and four first-round picks for a total of just 80 games played for James Harden. The reverberations are still being felt. What you love about D'Angelo Russell is his commitment to work. Though he's played for a couple of teams, this guy brings it every day.
Watford's checked in for Brooklyn. Johnson comes in for Thomas. The Celtics also with a sub. Hauser, he's checked in for White. Now here's Horford. He's averaging just around 8.5 points a game. Here's Brown. And Brown with the stuff.
Well, at 6'7", this is a forward, Jaylen Brown, who handles it well, cuts his way right through the defense.
Russell. And a nice finish on the layup. Russell's got his second bucket of the night.
And setting the tempo with an assertive move. Like, where was the defense on that play?
To me, that's a complete lack of communication on that side of the ball. These guys need to be talking to each other.
Brown gets the bucket.
That three-point shooting sets up every aspect of Jaylen Brown's game. What a pretty shot.
And the Nets call time here. Well, Grant, we're deep into the season now. For teams who will miss the playoffs, where are their heads at, you think?
Well, B.A., first of all, it's a chance for some of the others to show out. Their focus should be on finishing strong. And realistically, you start planning for the offseason. But there are still games left to play.
As we approach the postseason, let's see how things are shaping up in the East. You take a look at the Celtics. With great effort over a long season, they're second in the conference. And, of course, there's the Nets, not posing much of a threat right now.
Well, right now for Boston, I recall them having a lot of naysayers at the start of the season. But now, they may not have any. This team is ready for a deep playoff run.
Well, this is their goal. There's no doubt about that. For what many expected of them so far, they have not disappointed.
The Celtics have got 6 of 10 attempts to fall. Johnson against Brown. Over Sharp. Misses that one. 3 for 4 from the floor. Brooklyn trailing. Johnson passes to Watford. Here's Sharp. Blocked. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Sharp. All right, now we have a moment. Here are the most efficient teams from range over the past month. 5th on the list, the Celtics.
Well, a hot streak like this breeds confidence, a virtuous cycle. You see shots going down, you take that next one with extreme confidence.
Now here's Brown. He's got 7. .107 left in the opening quarter. Pass to Pritchard. 4 on the clock. Stolen by Russell. Here's Wilson. The 3. Hauser grabs the board.
And you can tell right there, the defense is totally fine with him shooting that. That's not his game.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Russell. With the 10-footer. Nice jump shot.
This guy is a pick-your-poison kind of player. Very hard defensively to cover all your bases with him.
Left side Sharp. And it's rejected. Hauser passes to Brown. We've got a 9-second difference between the shot clock and game clock. So it'll be 2 free throws. He was fouled in the act of shooting. It's going to go on Trendon Watford.
Boy, you have got to appreciate how hard Jaylen Brown goes. Amazing how he gets defenders to foul him when he's going up with his shot.
This is his first trip to the free throw line tonight. That free throw no good.
You think about what Jaylen Brown brings to the table. Elite athleticism, three-point shot making, attacking the rim in transition, so much to like.
And he's good on the second. And Brooklyn with possession here, trailing by 4. Here's Johnson, and there's a whistle. He'll head to the line to shoot 2. That's on Al Horford.
I don't mind that. I mean, they met him at the rim and temporarily prevented the point.
Brooklyn shooting their 3rd and 4th free throw shots of the night.
2 times.
And that one misses. He does not get the second one.
Uncharacteristic trip to the line for him. Just lost his feel on those shots.
And Brown with the stuff.
Slams it down with 2 hands.
Man, they're really getting aggressive now. Martin outside. Back to Johnson. And that's not going to go. Misses at the buzzer. Well, we've seen some great shots in the first quarter. No shortage of offense. Boston out in front, up by 6. And back to the start of the second quarter in just a moment. If you're just joining us, we played through 1 quarter in this one. And for Boston guys, what jumps out to you stat-wise?
Well, their offense is clicking so far, capturing the momentum here early on.
Boy, it's been a really pretty thing to watch, executing their game plan to perfection.
And so it's Tatum who brings up the ball for the Celtics. Doris, it's interesting, but the Nets franchise has never won an NBA championship.
That's absolutely correct, because their titles came before the merger. Now, since they've joined this league, they did go to the finals for a couple of times. Had Jason Kidd, who was the driver of success, but no championship in this modern era.
Cameron Johnson out there with Williams. Then there's Johnson, and it's Clowney in at the 5 down low. That's the Nets 5 as we get into the second quarter. The shot by Holiday, no good. Nets trail by 6. Williams passes to Johnson. To the paint. And Johnson gets it to go on the assist by Johnson.
Credit their discipline. They've been working for high percentage shots.
Pass to White. Quarter number 2 is just over a minute of play.
Derek White showing you I can put it on the deck and finish off a pretty drive. Nicely done, Derek.
Here's Johnson. Porzingis grabs the board. Celtics lead by 6. Here's Tatum. And Tatum flying in for the fast break delivery.
That's a move you won't see many guys make. Impressive stuff.
Williams on the wing. Pass to Martin. 3-pointer. And stolen by Porzingis. Holiday looking for an opening. And the ball out of play. The Nets will have it. And here we can check out the story for Jason Tatum. Johnson against Holiday. Pass to Clowney. And stolen by Porzingis. Outside Holiday. And here's Craig. And he can't extend the lead to double digits. Nets trail by 8. Well, Doris, you watch Kristaps Porzingis at the defensive end. He changes a lot of shots.
There is no doubt, VA, at 7'2". It isn't just simply about sending shots back. It's about changing the trajectory. But I think as importantly, guys don't want to go in the lane because of his presence.
They get the rebound. Porzingis, the layup off target. For Brooklyn, they've gone just 1 of 3 to begin the second quarter. Here's Johnson. Back to Martin. Pass to Williams. Here's Clowney. Knocked loose. White with the steal. On the wing, Tatum. Williams defending. Hey, strong move, Tatum. And a chance to catch up on some numbers here. The hustle stats for Boston.
Yeah, they're just attacking on defense, getting those hands out and knocking the ball free. I really like their energy defensively.
You know, also, they've been incredible on the fast break, taking those chances, playing with great pace.
You know, it's easy to focus on Jason Tatum scoring, but Doris, he's excellent in a number of areas.
Brian, he's a high-level rebounder. He now knows how to keep his teammates involved. He's competitive on the defensive end and willing to absorb a big-time assignment. He has got a complete game.
The Celtics making a switch here. Cornette's checked in. And White finishes off the break. Well done.
That's what you call speed, being the difference in transition off the steal. Derek White so heads up.
Russell, the pass to Sharp. Oh, a clear foul there on the missed shot. So he'll get a pair at the line. One thing you can say about Boston, Grant, they know how to put a team together.
Yeah, the Celtics' consistency of winning is just impressive, both now and throughout their entire history. They are really the gold standard in this league, and it's mostly because of great draft picks and great trades.
And he makes the first. And so many screens today ride that line of moving or not. Doris, you think players get away with too much movement on picks?
I think, Brian, it definitely feels like there's a lot more gray area. You have these things now called drag screens. A lot of screens today feel like maybe 30 years ago they would have been a foul. So, hey, I always say, BA, officiating in this league with the speed and the skill is really, really difficult.
All right, let's get a report from Allie.
Jaylen Brown is playing with so much confidence. He said, quote, "I feel like I'm a different player. My body has changed. Athletically, I'm entering my prime. I'm more aware on defense and offense. I feel like on both sides of the ball, I'm playing the best basketball of my life."
Well, it shows, Allie, for sure. Nets trail by 13. Pass to Sharp. Claxton with it. That falls. Nice assist by Russell. Claxton's got 6.
You know, the assist is the key part of that play. The pace on the bounce pass, perfect.
Outside, Brown. Oh, Brown gonna go get it. And the jam by Brown.
That is the hard-driving, big-time athleticism of Jaylen Brown on display.
And he lobs it up.
Hey, I don't care what he lacks in height. You have to box him out. He's got a nose for the ball, and he's fearless pounding the glass.
Boston leading by 11. Pass to Hauser. Now here's Horford. There's a minute 12 left in the second. 6 to shoot. Second shot opportunity, and it's good on the layup. Cornette's gotten his first bucket of the night.
This run has been fueled by their Matador defense.
And Russell's got the ball here for the Nets. They host the Hawks after this one. That'll be the second and last game of a quick homestand. Back to Claxton. Uses the glass to finish the layup. Give him 8 points now.
You just can't give up looks that close to the rim.
Here's Pritchard, guarded by Russell. The 3-ball. Got a hand on it.
Well, that's the energy and effort that D'Angelo Russell brings on the defensive end. This guy has got the ability to be a factor there.
Watford's checked in for Brooklyn. Wilson comes in for Johnson. 34 seconds left in the first half. Pritchard. Good, and it's Horford who picks up the assist. Pritchard's got his second basket.
And just not letting up at all. I mean, you have to love this approach. You want to get the ball to the guys who make plays.
One thing we've learned in the NBA, the game is never over. So you've got to continue to score, continue to build your lead.
Boston leading by 14. Pass to Cornette. Brown with it. Thomas defends. 4 seconds left. Rejected by Claxton. And so it's the Boston Celtics up 14 as we wrap up the quarter. They just can't miss right now. Every shot they're taking, you assume, is going in. We'll be right back.
The 2K Sports Halftime Show.
Hey, welcome back to the NBA on 2K Sports. This is Ernie Johnson. Kenny the Jet Smith is right here. Say hey to the folks, Kenny.
Hey, folks.
Say hey to the folks, Shaq.
Hey, folks.
Hi, folks. Hey, let's get this party started.
Okay.
It was a big-time first quarter for Jaylen Brown. He had 12 points, 2 rebounds, and 1 assist. Kenny, what's your take on Boston so far?
Well, they knocked the wind out of the defense in transition, converting fast break baskets in volume. It's a runaway lead right now. In fact, this looks like a track.
And over to Shaq. What do you think about Brooklyn?
The shooting percentage they allow was through the roof. The coach should absolutely be dripping into the defense. You need to take some pride on the other end. Just lock it in. Lock it in. Lock it in.
And that'll do it for our halftime report. Stay tuned for the second half. About to get underway.
And with a big gap on the scoreboard, the second half begins with very different goals for these teams. One side trying to mount a comeback, one side trying to protect their lead. Jaylen Brown having a dominant impact in this game.
His whole first half looked like a highlight reel, rising up and just owning the rim.
Yeah, this guy, he plays fast, he's aggressive, and if you let him get to the cup, there is nothing that you can do about it.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next 2 quarters are any different from the first 2. So far, it's been a runaway. On the court right now for the Celtics, the core of this team, Brown and Tatum in the front court. Holiday at the 1 with White at the 2. And it's Porzingis in at center.
Boy, once he gets going, all 6'8", 210 pounds, Tatum very hard to stop off the bounce.
You know, Grant, in interviews, Jason Tatum often seems understated and soft-spoken, but that's just him, isn't it?
That's true, B.A. Tatum has a quiet confidence about him. He doesn't feel the need to be loud or act out. He lets his work on the court do all the talking for him.
Brooklyn shooting their 7th and 8th attempts at the foul line tonight.
2 times.
He's off on the first. And he can't get the second one to drop either. Coming up empty that time. And the expression, not enough touches to go around. Do the Celtics risk falling into that trap, Doris?
Well, first and foremost, B.A., if that's a problem for you, it's a good one to have. I think the key here is with all the weapons available, you have to have some personal sacrifice. And to this point, this team has been willing to do that.
Here's Russell into the lane. The shot by Johnson, no good.
And they're +5 on the boards after that rebound.
Here's Brown. Tatum. Great positioning on the putback. And the Celtics lead by 21.
Well, you love to see a great scorer create an easy opportunity. Jason Tatum gets a second chance points right there.
Doing what he can to help shrink the deficit, but it has to be a team effort.
And here's Holiday. He has 6. Knocks it loose. Third quarter of basketball. We're about a minute and a half in. Ooh, and he took a hard foul on the shot. So he'll head to the line to shoot a pair. It's on Nick Claxton. Doris, even as he gets up there in age, Drew Holiday is still an elite defender.
Brian, it's really remarkable how valuable a piece he is. They call him the Swiss Army knife because he is one of those rare individuals that can guard all 5 positions. He understands schemes. He's willing to mix things up. Drew Holiday is elite, period.
Holiday hits them both.
One of the things you admire most is Drew Holiday's versatility, his toughness, the overall impact. This is the kind of guy you win championships with.
Now here's Thomas, a guy this team turns to often, averaging almost 24 a game. Offline with a 3. Oh, they get a hand on it. Pass to Claxton. And the layup is good after a nice lead pass. Claxton's got 4 points now in the quarter. And so Holiday will bring it up for Boston. Outside Tatum. The 3 is up. It's not going to go for him.
I'll tell you, he's trying to help them extend this lead, but it's been a tough night for him individually.
Johnson with a bucket.
Oh, Cam Johnson on the deck, puts it in the basket off a great drive.
Celtics lead by 17. Outside White. A little over 2.5 minutes off the clock in this final half of play. And the NBA has made a significant investment in the G League over the years. Grant, you can really see the impact it's had.
Yeah, BA, and it's grown into a real minor league for the NBA. The NBA needed something like that for a long time, and it's helped the product.
So Brooklyn going with almost an entire new group here. Sharp, he's checked in for Claxton. Clowney comes in for Johnson. Martin, he's checked in for Thomas. And it's Johnson in for Russell. And the Celtics also making a change. Craig's checked in.
If they keep hitting free throws at this clip, it'll help them seal the deal.
Pass to Clowney. Outside, Williams. Down low. Clowney, good.
That's the idea. You work the ball into that area. It's a sweet spot.
Clock keeps going. 3 minutes into the second half now. Here's Holiday. Outside Craig. Inside. Oh, it's stolen. Here's Williams. Here's Sharp. Tatum with some nice D.
You have to credit their effort. I mean, they've done an amazing job on the glass. And they're just one foul now away from the penalty.
He's 3 for 3 from the free throw line.
Shooting from Boston, Drew Holiday. 1 time from the line.
That's good from Holiday.
You know, one thing you got to love about Drew Holiday is he's a true two-way player in this league. He puts in a lot of work to make a big impact on both sides of the floor.
Wilson's checked in for Brooklyn. Now here's Holiday. 9 points in the game. And the officials will call the illegal screen here. Defense on our 2K leaderboard. Looking at the best when it comes to points per game allowed over the previous month. Number 1, Boston.
Over the last month, this team has shown strides defensively. The effort level has been much improved.
Outside Johnson to the inside. Here's Sharp. Horford with some nice D.
Boy, in that close, he's almost automatic. Boy, that's pretty good defense. Wow.
The shot by Holiday, no good. Nets trail by 18. Pass to Johnson. Here's Clowney, defended by Craig. Holiday against Martin.
Third quarter.
That one is off. Good D by Sharp. The Nets have gone 4 of 8 in the third. Here's Johnson. Ooh, plenty of contact on that shot. Officials call the foul, and he'll take 2 free throws now. And taking a quick look here at the hustle stats for the Celtics.
These guys have incredible stamina based on how they've been running the floor, using speedy transition play to get fast break points.
Second chance points have also been a big part of what's happened in this game. crashing the boards with authority, turning those opportunities into second chance points. Boy, big time on the offensive glass.
Watford's checked in for Sharp. And let's swing it over to the sideline and hear from Allie.
Hey, Brian, a key concept preached by Celtics head coach Joe Mazzulla and reiterated by Jaylen Brown, who says it's reading the game, realizing fast but playing slow. We're the more talented team, he said. We have to be the smarter team as well. And when we do that, we're going to be tough to beat. Brian?
Well, they certainly have been, Allie. Thanks for that. For Brooklyn, Thomas, he's checked in for Martin. And D'Angelo Russell subbed in for Johnson. The Celtics also with a sub. Tatum's checked in. Celtics lead by 18. 1:24 left to play in the third quarter. And here's Horford for three. Knocks it down from distance. Horford's gotten himself going with a triple, his first basket of the game. Russell to pass to Wilson. Now here's Thomas. He's covered by Holiday. The rebound, Celtics. Pass to Tatum. Drilled from 11 feet out. Tatum's got 6 here in the quarter.
After some misses in the first, he's making up for it now.
Here's Clowney. Horford with a steal. Here's Hauser. And Watford pulls it down. And so it's Russell with it. He brings it up for Brooklyn to stop the drought. And that's 2 points on the layup. Russell's got 10.
This guy, an effortless scorer. Outside, inside, in between. Dynamic scorer is D'Angelo Russell.
Outside Holiday. 20 seconds left in the third quarter of the game. And he makes it. 11 points in the game.
Yeah, showing a little versatility with their offensive attack. In the first half, it was about the three ball. In the second half, they've emphasized interior scoring.
Here's Wilson. That shot's good. Russell making the play. Russell's got 9 assists in the game. Great passing. The shot that time not on target. And so it's the Boston Celtics sitting on a comfortable 21-point lead at the end of the quarter. It hasn't taken them too many shots to get their points. They're winning with efficiency. All right, stick around. We'll be right back after this. And now we have a moment to reveal our State Farm assist of the game.
And he definitely deserves the award. Reading the defense like a point guard.
He's got the size to survey over the top of the defense and find the open man. That was beautiful.
Well, there may not be a lot of drama down the stretch as we head into the fourth quarter, but stranger things have happened. Johnson and Claxton patrol the middle. Cam Thomas out there with D'Angelo Russell. And it's Williams in at small forward. So that's the Nets 5.
And you have to think that they're leading this game because of how they've controlled the boards tonight.
Well, Doris, with so many franchises, the star player has a lot of sway.
Well, to me, B.A., so much of this speaks to which star are we talking about. If you take someone like Stephen Curry, who historically has welcomed other stars to play alongside him, or has at moments in his career had to elevate young players who maybe have to play through some mistakes, he welcomes both. It depends on the star we're talking about.
And that one goes in. 2 from the line that time. Now here's Thomas. Russell up top. Horford covering. Right side, Williams. Here's Claxton. And yes, it's good. He's 7 for 8 now.
Good passing to set that up. Teamwork on display.
Tatum feeling it out a bit. Claxton with the block.
Now look at the wingspan of Nick Claxton on display. He sends that thing back.
Williams finds Russell. Pass to Claxton. Clock at 6. Shoots over Brown. Goes back up. Here's Williams. Oh, a beautiful reverse layup.
We've seen that more than once today. An effortless basket inside.
Celtics lead by 19. Brown passes to Horford. Now Porzingis. He's guarded by Claxton. And it goes out of bounds. That one off Porzingis. Pritchard's checked in for Horford.
Peyton Pritchard.
Outside Russell. Pass to Thomas. The putback. Controls the rebound and the putback.
He's done everything he can tonight, trying to keep this team competitive.
Boston has gotten 5 of 11 threes to drop so far in this game. Here's Tatum. Chalk up 2 there. And the Celtics lead by 19.
Wow, he looks like a completely different player in this half. He's found his rhythm.
Claxton passes to Russell. And his 5th basket. Now 5 for 8. Looking comfortable out there. Boston leading by 17. Outside White. He gets it in there. White's got 4 points in the quarter.
He is asked to do so many different things for whatever team he's on, but Derek White right now, aggressive hunting his shots.
Williams passes to Thomas. 3-pointer off the mark.
I'll tell you, you hate to pin this on one person, but his inefficiencies at the offensive end are holding this group back.
White, good.
This guy is cooking right now. He is leading them on the offensive end as they remain in front here.
Now a timeout called by Brooklyn. And he's made a case for first-team all-defense towards Jaylen Brown for the complete game.
Brian, what you love to see from a great player that's just entering their prime is the pride they take in being well-rounded. Do you want to absorb a big-time defensive assignment? Jaylen Brown wants to do exactly that.
So the Nets making a switch here. Sharp's checked in.
Showing great intensity around the rim is part of why he's a respected defender.
And what you love about his work defensively, the ability to challenge and change shots without fouling. I'll tell you, despite his struggles at the offensive end, this team still finds themselves in control of the ball game.
Boston leading by 21. Outside Tatum. That's good. That's now his 7th made field goal in 15 tries.
You know, put a rough first half behind him. He's absolutely crushing it here in the second.
Johnson on the wing. And several years ago, the NBA introduced the Supermax. How do you think it's worked out, Doris?
Yeah, I think every decision, Brian, that the league makes is trying to make sure that everybody has an equal opportunity for a championship. This particular implementation has made it easier for small market teams to retain their stars. And think about it. Even if someone signs it and then gets traded, at least those teams get an opportunity to get big draft capital. That's huge.
Here's Thomas following the bucket by Boston. Williams with it. Here's Russell. Oh, he trains it. His 6th make in 9 tries so far.
Well, use the pick and going right to the cup. I love the aggressiveness.
Up top, Brown. Guarded by Sharp. Now Brown to the paint. Porzingis. And a great assist by Brown as that one goes in.
Well, the scoreboard tells you everything you need to know about this one. A great showing here for the Celtics.
Well, they were focused on being productive at the arc tonight.
And it ended up paying off big time. Just an overwhelming performance.
Celtics ball.
And when we look at their record, this game pushes them to 49 wins.
It's just a great matchup for them. And they're looking for the 4-game season sweep in their next meeting.
And one of the league's superstars, producing as he always does. What a terrific game for Jason Tatum.
Terrific initiative. Not content to let the game come to him, he went out and made it his own.
Here's Pritchard. Oh, and makes it with the kiss.
Stepping up and nailing an important shot to put this away.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
It's good on the putback.
Huge putback. This guy plays with so much energy.
I don't know anybody that goes after the boards harder. Here's Pritchard. Tipped away. In transition, here they come. Here's Clowney. Count the bucket, coming off a perfectly placed pass.
Unfortunately for them, they're still going to come up short. You wish they'd shown this kind of fight earlier.
No doubt. It felt like they were a little tight for much of the evening. Now they're in a better flow, but it may be too little too late.
And he comes up with a bucket.
And they knew it wasn't going to be easy to win on the road, but they've controlled the pace on this one.
And sometimes when everyone's rooting against you, it seems to bring the unit closer together. It certainly did tonight.
The kick out to White. Pass to Craig. Back to White. And so it's Boston easily grabbing this one. This one wasn't even close. The hometown crowd was waiting for a miracle that never came.
Yeah, and this team was consistent throughout. They met every challenge, and they earned this dub.
Thank you for joining us. That'll do it for now. For Allie LaForce, Grant Hill, and Doris Burke, this is Brian Anderson. Thank you for watching tonight's game. We'll see you later.